And we're live. I'm Justin from Party Rental Knowledge, and this is my friend. Introduce yourself.
I'm Lee. I'm the bartending, photo boothing rental guy on YouTube.
If you didn't know already. So basically, I invited him on my channel today because we're going to do a little collaboration video. This is my first full-time year as an owner, and I've been doing this for multiple years for other people. But I decided to do it as myself and start this channel and just bring out the knowledge. So it's my first year, and this isn't Lee's first year in the business, but it's your first full year, right?
Yeah, it's my first full year in being a rental company.
Yep. Because what else have you done though? You've done other things too, like.
Yeah, well, I still have them. Yep. I've got a bartending company and a photo booth business, and then event rental company.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then this is your first year doing big tents too. You used to do pop-up tents like last year?
Yeah. So pole tents this year. I got into 20 by 20, 20 by 30, 20 wide tents.
And I just did a video today too about how to start out of your garage, and you're doing it all out of your garage still, right?
Yeah. I am. I've got the system down, I think, out of my garage. Yeah.
I was using my mom's garage, and then she just became a pain, and up all of my stuff, moving my stuff around. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go find a warehouse. So I found like a warehouse that people charge like $1,200 a month for. I got it for like $500 a month. So it's
Wow.
worth the headache of not having to deal with that type of stuff. So
Right.
and I feel like that. I really like being my own person and doing my own thing and having control. That's why nobody else owns any part of my company or anything like that. Does anybody own any part of your company at all?
No. I mean, I have partnerships with people, but like at the end of the day, like,
Yeah, separate stuff, little things, not the core business, your
correct.
actual company. Yeah, I don't want to sit there and think, hey, I bought a water slide this year from Jump Orange. So now, if I were to sit there and like, I would have to sit there and me and you were partners. We would have to agree on which one to get, who to get it from, all the different things, and that's just not one of the things that I'm going for. So, that's pretty much. So what? Like this year's your first full year, just doing them all the time, a little bit bigger. The party rental tent side, bounce house side. Oh, I do bounce houses, but
Yeah.
you're thinking about it. I know you are. So, but no. So, what are you like? What is your biggest accomplishment that you think so far, and what was your biggest failure you feel like this year?
It was kind of a good year because I really wanted to get into weddings, and that's my accomplishment, right? So, last year I started, I halfway through the season with just a few pop-up tents, and I couldn't really grasp those weddings. I would get a few people getting some chairs last minute, and they weren't really even wedding chairs, just something that they could throw chair covers over, more so backyard parties and small events. And then with that little bit of money that I made, I went out and my first core item, I was like, okay, I need white fan back chairs. And that is the item that projected me into weddings because it's perfect, cheap, low cost item. And so that was my big thing, was white fan back chairs. And from there it was just like, and obviously my first pole tent.
It's awesome. So now what was your biggest mistake you think you made this season?
Not when COVID when it hit, I didn't anticipate that much would be going on, so I didn't get my preparations in order. So basically my transportation, I didn't try to upgrade that. I didn't sub-rent any vehicles. My staffing, I was always hiring last minute. And then my website booking process, like I was too busy with events to do the quotes for things rolling in. So I had to fix all of those towards the end of the season. So I lost a lot of money in all of those.
That's actually wild because I think you just literally said the exact same things I was gonna say. So that we might be onto something here just doing this video here. So, yep, I definitely wish that I put more effort into my online booking system because I bought it as soon as I started my business. I decided to go with ERS, Event Rental Systems, and I put some effort into it. And I put a lot of money into it, but then I just didn't get it up and running in time for it to just switch on like that. And then rentals just started coming in like crazy. And then it was to the point where I had to keep on top of, like you said, employees trying to get the stuff out and help me out and get it done, finding the right ones, different stuff like that. And then I actually didn't have any equipment pains. I couldn't buy enough. Like I wish I had more water slides. That's what you know what I mean? I wish I could have found more deals, but everything I bought, don't regret it whatsoever. I made all the money back on it. They're all still highly rentable items. I don't regret the amount of money I spent. I spent like $40K last year.
Right.
I made about 70 back, and then I put about another 40 right back into the business, I'd say. So I got a bunch of crap. But what about you? What would you say? Look, if I had to value my entire inventory, I would say somewhere around like 120 grand, 100 grand worth of equipment.
Right.
What about you?
I would say that, oh gosh, that's a tough one. I'd probably say I have maybe 60 grand worth of equipment, and that would
just the party rental equipment, not the bartending stuff that you acquired over time too.
You know, there really isn't that much of the bartending. I don't know. I feel like before I was doing it all wrong, and that's why I've shifted my focus. Like, you know, I've been doing bartending since 2012, and then all of a sudden, just the rental company is like, bam! You know, that's a big deal. It's a big deal.
I feel like a bartending company is more of like a side thing for a rental company. It can do more. You can make way more money doing this, I feel. And then like at the end of the day, you can always just hire a couple of bartenders and just rent your bars out.
Yeah, you know, a bartending company on its own, not very good. Like mine's a little different. Like it's an entertainer. Like you know, there's big corporate clients, and like I was making a lot of money on that, but that was the only aspect that was generating the serious dollars.
Yeah. Were those gigs like few and far between, or was it steady?
Weddings were non-existent for me. Like I'd really have to push to get like maybe 2 or 3 weddings in a season. Other than that, like I'd have regular bartending, which you know, the staff, you have to pay them so much, like you almost break even on that. And then
it's aggressive.
So during winter season, like Christmas season, is when everyone really wants the bartending, and that's where the serious money would come in. And
it's all one season too, so then probably like, you know what I mean, so you're aggressive one year and you peter out then, but the rest of the year it's not really worth it too. Tense is good, but it's cool too if it's seasonal. If you could probably do bartending now. You are doing more bartending and stuff now, aren't you? So it switches over because it's snowing up there now.
Normally, like last Christmas season, last year was I made like 22 grand in the month. So and that was, I don't know, like 8 or 10 events. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's hard to compare about things like this year has just been horrible. You can't really judge anything by this year, so I don't judge anybody by this year. But if you're growing, this next year I think is a good year to start because everybody else is stuck in the mud who's been doing it for years. So your competition's kind of stuck, and you're gonna have a higher opportunity to grow. It worked out pretty well. There's a lot of companies going out, so if you're buying equipment like you secondhand, you're going ahead and being able to get it cheaper than buying something that I would have bought new. Like all my tables and chairs are basically new. $120 tables I got for $60, and then I bought 30 of them, so I got deal off the top of that too. So it's a good time to buy. It's a good time to get in the business. Just do your research. I had a little bit of knowledge, so I went in and did it the right way. Whereas, and I didn't make this mistakes that some people. That's why I do these YouTube videos, to try and help you guys from making some mistakes. A lot of people go in and do it because a lot of people don't want to ask the questions. That's why, you know what I mean? I got that Facebook group, Party Rental Knowledge Group. Go ahead, send the link in the description. Check that one out. What do you think, man? What are your opinion? You're trying to say something.
Yeah, well, I initially think like, oh yeah, it was the greatest year to come in, and like, yeah, it was great for me because I had everything geared towards kind of like backyard style, and so it just fit right in. But it's also a bad year because these bigger companies, they're not normally trying to get the same customers as you. They could care less if they get these gigs that aren't corporate, right? They just trickle in for them, and they're like, okay, if people want to spend extra money, that's fine. But this year, I've just noticed that the bigger companies, they're watching the little companies because we're all, they don't have that other customer base. So that's the other thing.
Do you want to know the key, big or small? The key, in my opinion, to getting a sale is answering the phone call first. If I can get somebody on the phone with me, they're booking with me 9 times out of 10. Just hear this voice. Look, it's all you gotta get. I'll tell you everything that you need and you want, and I'm going to fulfill it. I'm not gonna blow smoke up your butt and give you false hope, because that's how you ruin your brand, by saying, "Oh, I'm the best company in the world," and you show up and you just blow it. And you're gonna blow it. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna have the best intention in heart, and you're gonna blow it.
Yeah.
But what you do then is what you do afterwards, and you try and make up for it. And it's how you present. That's the key in this business. I literally just said it in my one video, and I think it's going to be my new slogan. But just show up. That's the hardest part, and like the most important part is you just got to show up. And it means showing up, putting your booking in correctly, putting your information down the right way, taking the right phone number, taking the right stuff, show up with the right equipment, show up on time, but just show up. Mm-hmm. Showing up is more important than any of it.
Can I weigh in?
Yeah.
I think that this is new, and I was so iffy about it before I started, but I think automation is huge. But if you could do automate both, right? So basically, because ERS is automated, that's what you use, and what I use is Bookable, and they're automated as well. And I have people urged to book online, and I've been urging them, oh, this is like the good way to do it. You can book while you're in your bed, right? But then I urge them to call me as well, right? So as soon as they have a problem, they give me a call. I personalize with them. I direct them through the website and show them, and then they can come back anytime and view it, right? And then it's right there. They can book whenever they want. They can book at midnight. And I don't know about you, but I've noticed bookings coming in at weird hours when all the other rental companies are closed. So
I worked overnights before. Is it echoing now on your channel? It sounds
not over here. No.
Okay. Anyways, so I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? I use
ERS.
If you having an online presence and having an automation is key. And the only reason they're going to call you is if they're hitting that automation, the only reason they call you is if they had a problem. So the only reason they called you is lack of information. So the more information you put on your website, and then it's just, again, you have no problems with it. So, okay, you can answer the phone, but it's only when you're going to have to make that sale. Because the reason that I'm going to make that sale is because I have the information. I have the knowledge to give to you. I know what you want. I personally can give you answers to questions before you ask them. So why couldn't you do that on your website as well?
You're nailing it right on the head. And then also, when people have problems on your website, you can figure out where those problems were, right? Like, I'm going to show you right here. This is just under the pop-up tent section of my website, and there's a little tabs section right there. And people were having trouble seeing the tabs, right? So I knew that I had to make a little button that kind of showed them more so that they could understand how to add the sidewalls onto the tents. And so right there, it's just when they call, they diagnose the problem for me right there.
Exactly. And then here's another big thing, everybody. When somebody calls you because they had problems with your website, don't get mad and get angry and say, "Oh, why is this dumb whatever calling me?" It's on the website. Well, maybe it's just not on the website clearly enough. If he's calling you for something that's on there, then you didn't do your job right, and you should be kicking yourself in the butt because you're not mad at the customer. The customer's not wrong. Like the customer's gonna buy stuff from you. Another thing too, you're not buying a $10 item. You're spending a lot of money with like these companies. Like I personally get like $600 bookings, $1,000 bookings. They're going to sit there and put it on their credit card and give you their credit card information. That's a lot of trust to put into somebody that is lacking information or lacking legitness.
Yeah.
Or who's answering the phone with an attitude. So,
well, and people just want human validation too. It's like, okay, your website, I just want to hear someone's voice. I'm guilty of that sometimes too, though I've been changing, and the whole world has been changing through this thing as we're learning to adapt to all these digital procedures. And
text.
Am I getting a text?
No, I'm saying, yeah, right. No, I said a lot of people want to text though. Like text sales is one of those things that I think is innovation in the future. Like text sales that's some pretty nifty stuff, and you should be looking into that. All my subscribers and anybody who's seeing these videos, you should definitely look into some text sales and different functions. Look into software innovation. Like we're not in the Stone Age anymore, and we're going to the moon because of innovation. So innovation can help you sell bounce houses more. It can help you sell more tents and help you rent out more tablecloths.
Yeah,
chairs, and tables.
Can we pause for just like 2 minutes?
Okay, everybody. Sorry about that. Just had it doesn't really matter to you guys anyways because it was just a quick clip, but we had stopped the stream for a second, and now we're going to continue. The video is getting a little long anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and just ask the last question. So pretty much, what are you going to do next year? Like, what is your game plan for the year to come? So, like, what do you feel is the smart move to make? Because this year is still going to be another sketchy year.
What do I feel is going to be?
What are you going to be buying? Like I'll answer the question, and maybe you'll be able to like figure it out. So me personally, I'm buying water slides, and then I'm going to try and get some more frame tents so that I can do long-term break tents for corporations in case the stuff is still going on next summer. But then I'm trying to get bigger ticket items like the water slides because those were just every weekend they were going out. And I could handle probably 10 more.
Yeah.
So that's me personally, but what about you?
I think I'm going to focus more on core items. So I definitely more tables, more chairs, more tents, and then just get into that warehouse space and work on distribution, right? Like just making sure that I can get out there and expanding staff. Like it's just basic general growth in the same direction. I'm still after the same customers right now, the wedding customers. I'm not going for corporate yet, but I am planning to partner with some DJs and so forth and get into some audio and start putting that out there. That's just grow in that way.
Yeah, it's interesting. So you have a game plan of what you're trying to accomplish. That's pretty much it. You gotta set goals for yourself, people. Every year, don't just go blindly. I'm just gonna go out and rent stuff in the spring. Like, no, you want to have a goal. What time you're gonna be renting certain things. Maybe even go down further the line and see, like what are your marketing strategies? Are you gonna start renting tents and tables for 4th of July? Like you probably are. Like when are you going to start putting out the ads? You know what I mean? If you think about that stuff during the winter, it might come easier in the spring. So that's pretty much the video for today, everybody. As you guys know, I'm Justin from Party Rental Knowledge, and this is
the bartending, photo boothing, rental guy, Lee.
I'll have his channel in the description down below. Go ahead and subscribe to that for some wonderful entertainment as well. I like his channel. He's way better video editor than I am. That's hands down for sure. So if you want to check out his channel, go ahead and check it out. There's gonna be some videos popping on the screen right about now. So check out these ones wherever they are.
With these
Subscribe.
ones. Yeah, right.
They're all over the place.
Right
So,
there.
wow. So you know what you want to say. Stay classy.
Oh shoot, you're in. All right. You stay classy.
Just do the right thing, everybody. Just do the right thing.
Do the right thing. Subscribe.
Subscribe.